everybody, what is going on? And welcome to my review of the Batman Beyond Blu-ray box set. So not too long ago, we finally got the Blu-ray box set of the Batman animated series, which is one of the most amazing animated television shows of all time, and one of the best depictions of that character. So towards the end of the 90s, they announced that they were doing this show, Batman Beyond, which was going to feature a younger character playing the role of Batman, and, you know, a whole different vibe to it. And a lot of us were a bit skeptical, you know, that someone else was going to be Batman. Like, it's kind of hard to imagine that it's not Bruce Wayne. But then the show came out and it was really, really good. This whole show is set in a future where Bruce Wayne has essentially given up being Batman due to the fact that he's a really old guy, he's struggling physically now, and he has developed a batsuit that is enhanced technologically. But during one night when he's about to have the crap beaten out of him, he breaks his #1 rule of never using a gun, and he actually holds a gun against someone and decides that he's never going to be Batman again. Along comes a school kid named Terry McGinnis, who, long story short, his father has been killed by some sort of intercorporate gang-related style stuff, and his path crosses with Bruce Wayne's. He discovers the Batsuit himself. He basically steals it one night, and yeah, rather than kind of chastising him too much, Bruce decides to take him under his wing and, yeah, bring him up to be the next Batman. So the show had a really cool vibe. It was sort of a little bit Blade Runner-esque. It's set in a future where we have, like, hovering or flying cars. Everything just had this really cool look to it. The soundtrack was phenomenal. I used to actually listen to the soundtrack album for this show. It's kind of this cool techno metal sort of a thing. It was absolutely amazing. But yeah, the show really worked. And so of course, after the Batman animated series box set came out, we were all kind of hoping that soon we'd be seeing this. So yeah, so this is the Batman Beyond Blu-ray box set, which yeah, I was so looking forward to. I went yesterday and picked it up a couple of days early, so I'm gonna crack this open. I'll show you what's inside, and then we'll get stuck into talking about it. So one of the first things, this box set comes with a pop vinyl, which I know if I hold it up here, it's gonna be all blurry and out of focus, so I'm gonna insert some pics. Yeah, so this thing is a special edition pop vinyl Batman Beyond chrome figure, which I don't really know much about pop vinyls, to be honest. I've collected a small few of them, but yeah, I kind of don't really like them. But I'm guessing this one, being a super duper special edition thing, it's going to be worth about $7 billion next week. So yeah, I'll probably hang on to that. There's my retirement fund. We also get this really awesome piece of white cardboard, like a little box thing, which is going to come in really useful. But of course the thing that we're all excited about is the actual Blu-rays. So this set, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 discs, and yeah, it has all 3 seasons of the show. There's a special features disc. Even though there are some special features on other discs, there's one disc that is purely dedicated to special features. But we also get the movie Return of the Joker. Now, Return of the Joker was a movie that, when it came out, it was highly controversial because there was some really dark stuff in this movie. Like, I'm not kidding. There is some really disturbing stuff in this film, and I love it. Like, overall, the film is, yeah, it's really good, but there's this one flashback scene in particular, which ties into then, you know, what's happening currently. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about, to do with the Joker and Robin, and yeah, it is just, oh man, it's so dark. It is honestly one of the darkest things they've ever put in this show. But when it came out, yeah, it suddenly became censored. There was a whole bunch of footage taken out of it, and things that were changed a lot. Like there's a scene, kind of a spoiler, but this movie's from so long ago, where the Joker gets killed, and yeah, that was drastically changed, and his death then happens off screen and stuff. They really made a mess mess out of it. And a while back I had to get the Batman Beyond Return of the Joker DVD, the uncut version, which is a Region 1 disc, so it's a bit problematic for me to have to play it, but, you know, it was one of those cases where at least I've got it. So this thing was proudly boasting that, yeah, it was the original uncut version of Return of the Joker, even though it did say it was only on DVD, which... that was a little bit disappointing. Because with the Batman Animated Series box set, we got Mask of the Phantasm, Sub-Zero, and they were on Blu-ray. Like, yeah, and they actually released those movies, you know, the Blu-ray versions, and, oh man, they were phenomenal. But look, I thought, well, you know, at the end of the day, at least it's the uncut version, and at least I'll have no problems playing it, so, yeah, I was happy enough. Anyway, getting stuck into the special features, yeah, God, there is an absolute ton of stuff on these discs. I'm really happy with the special features in this because, you know, these days quite often you look at special features and you get all these featurettes and stuff, but they all go for like 3 or 4 minutes and it just feels a bit, you know, it feels disappointing. It feels kind of like you cheated a bit. So while there are some featurettes that go for about 5-10 minutes, there are some on here that one of them goes for an hour and a half. There's another one that goes for nearly an hour. Like, there are hours and hours of special features on this. The main one probably being Secret Origin, the story of DC Comics. That one goes for 90 minutes. It's a full-length documentary about DC Comics and not only just the history of the company, but their cultural impact in pop culture and stuff like that. It's really, really good. As far as picture quality and everything, yeah, look, the show looks really good. Of the 52 episodes, 41 of them have been remastered. 11 of them have been upscaled from the lower quality, but yeah, they still look really good. But yeah, the quality, it's so sharp that, you know, you can see minute film dirt and stuff. They have cleaned it up a lot, but yeah, it is so sharp that it does bring out a lot of the flaws in the image. And one question that I did get from the Batman Animated Series one, yes, this one is shown in its original 4:3 aspect ratio, but, you know, I mean, that was the way it was always shown, so that's not too big a deal. But one of the things that I was most happy about with this thing is that they actually retained the original title of Batman Beyond, because what probably a lot of overseas people don't realize is that that show over here was branded as Batman of the Future. I kid you not, they actually for some reason didn't think we in Australia would be able to understand what Batman Beyond meant, so they called it Batman of the Future, which is one of the lamest titles I've ever heard for anything. So at least all the packaging, all the episodes, everything has got Batman Beyond on it. So yeah, I was really happy about that. So while I really liked a lot of things to do with this box set, you know, the picture quality, the special features and everything, I then went and had a look at Return of the Joker, and I was extremely disappointed to find that it is the censored cut version. I mean, that is just blatant false advertising, putting on the box that it's the original uncut version. Like, it's not. I can absolutely guarantee. I skipped forward to that scene I was talking about, and the first clue that I got was there's a bit where Batgirl and Batman are interrogating people, and in the uncut version there was a couple of prostitutes on the street they were talking to, but they'd been replaced by just a man and a woman, and as soon as that came up I was like, uh-oh. And yeah, the rest of the scene played out, and sure enough, it is the cut, censored, absolutely dumb version. So that was extremely disappointing. I mean, it probably wouldn't have been so bad if they had actually, you know, stated that it was the cut version. Like, I still would have bought the box set for the show itself, but yeah, getting us hyped up like that and then, you know, disappointing us a little bit, well, yeah, it's kind of shitty, Warner Brothers. But look, that's probably the only real criticism I've got of it. Look, overall, yeah, it's a great box set. If you like the show, yeah, I would highly recommend getting it. I'm really hoping that the next one on the list is going to be the Superman animated series, because, yeah, that show was absolutely great as well. And that's pretty much all I've got to say about it. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch my review of the Batman Beyond animated box set. And yeah, if you have any questions about it or whatever, let me know down below. You can always drop me some comments and I'll happily answer them. And in the meantime, what are some of your favorite episodes of Batman Beyond, or some of your favorite characters? Yeah, let's talk about the show. So drop me some comments either here, Facebook or Twitter. All the social media links are in the description below, because I like to talk about movies and I would love to talk about movies with you. Catch you next time.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.